Konnichiwa, Mina's Sakura. You're watching PokeCast. Today's 10-minute review is going to be on a Switch game, and that is Sakura Santa, a dating sim visual novel that is a lot of fun and really enjoyed. Alright, this game is one player on all modes, does support the Pro controller, and you definitely need to be able to read it to be able to play the game. I mean, it is a visual novel, so yes, that one is required. Alright, this was developed by Izumi and published by them as well. It was released December 16, 2021 for Japan, UK, and United States. I would like to say thank you to them for giving me a copy for I can be able to try out and be able to do a review for you guys. Alright, so with this one having Sakura in the title, this is part of the Sakura series. And that is a dating sim visual novel series, which does go into the hentai visual novels when you get the uncensored ones. And so right off the bat, we know that the artwork's going to be really good. We're going to have a fun story to read, and the choices will allow you to either get one or all the girls, and with it having multiple different endings because of that. That's what makes it really nice about this. Alright, so what is this one all about? Well, you are a guy who is out at college in a new city. You're all alone. Christmas is going to be kind of disappointing, and you decide to go take a walk. You find a shrine, and you decide to make a wish. And your wish gets granted. And during the story, you have 3 lovely girls that are going to be your love interest, and depending on how you do the game is depending on who you get. The first girl you meet is Akana. She is the fox spirit of the shrine where you made the wish, and is the one that wants to grant it, especially after watching you help out the monk at the shrine. She is a fox spirit that is very mischievous and instantly likes you because of what you did. She is very open and a slight pervert herself, so she likes to tease you because she does have feelings for you, and she sees you as her boy toy, basically. The next girl you meet is Izumi. She's your childhood friend that you grew up with, who was a tomboy. And, well, she grew up nicely into a beautiful young girl, and you just happened to bump into her. The feelings that you had for her, and the feelings that hopefully she had towards you, looks like they are still there. She's a waitress, and she definitely is very candid around you. She doesn't care if you see her in her birthday suit, because as far as she's concerned, we grew up together, and she still has feelings for us, as we do for her. So that's how her type of character arc is going to be going. And it gets pretty funny at times, too. The last girl you meet is Santa. The thing that makes this very unique and why I really enjoy this game is the concept they came up with Santa in this game. She is, I believe, the daughter of, or the granddaughter of, I'd have to go back and look in the game, of the actual Santa. And each of the Santas takes a certain section of the world that they're in charge of. And I think that's one thing that I really enjoyed about really adding to the mythos of the Santas. And she's a very innocent girl. You help her out, and she develops feelings for you along the way. And it's really fun to be with her because of just, she she's just really innocent. That's the best way to put it, as they do in the game as well. So from there, those are the 3 girls you get to date, and depending on how much time you spend with each one is depending on which of the 4 endings you get. Of course, if you just go and date one girl, that's the ending you will receive. If you equally do the same amount of time with each of the girls, then you'll get the harem ending. Now, you have until Christmas Eve to decide on who you're going to visit and how you're going to be doing it. And throughout the game and story, you actually have a lot of fun because you get to really enjoy each of the interactions you get with each of the girls. Now, this being part of this Sakura series, yes, we have a lot of sexual humor and ecchi moments in the game. This being the Switch version, and I believe with all versions of the game, there is not an adult version or hentai version of this particular title, but there are definitely scenes where they are very open about the art with very little left to the imagination. So there definitely are the major ecchi scenes that you will have in the game. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of great humor in here that if you're into this type of sexual humor, you will definitely enjoy some of the moments. We have, I think one of the funnier ones that I enjoyed was when we went with Akane here to go shopping, and she sees a panty store. And she's like, ooh, we have to go there. We have to go inside the lingerie store. And the whole thing just gets absolutely out of hand. And I was laughing so hard. It was like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. And it's just one of those things where if you enjoy it, you're going to love the experiences of seeing each of the different girls and how they embarrass you a lot, which is quite nice. If you do go the harem way, as you're seeing, the girls will meet up with each other, and I think that will also happen if you kind of spend a little more time with each one as well, if you're just going for one. But it was a lot of fun because it made me laugh. It was what I was expecting, and I really enjoyed the story. In the end, I found this to be a really fun visual novel / dating sim to experience. I was genuinely enjoying each of the interactions I had with the girls. I loved the humor in here. It was so funny with especially Santa and Akane, because they're not used to everything. And then we're like, well, what's that about? What's this? And then asking questions. With Akane, she's so many thousands or 100 years old, just coming into town, and then you have Santa, she's so innocent that she doesn't get some things, so you kind of have to be like, oh, well, yes, this. And then you have Izumi, who's just really open about her feelings and doesn't care really if you were to walk in on her. So there's a lot of great interaction. The artwork was fantastic. Really enjoyed how they got the facial expressions to work really nicely with what you're reading. If I were to have one thing that was a little bit of a miss, would be that there was no voice acting, which honestly, that does not turn me off from the game. So that's why I'm not going down to 4, and I'm going to go with a 5, because that's not something that is needed in there. I really did enjoy just seeing how everybody did their interactions, and the whole aspect of how easy it was to choose which girls you wanted to get the ending to was quite nice, and how they had the time limit of it being Christmas Eve. So I really loved that, and I absolutely loved the whole new mythos that they added to the Santa legend, and I really enjoyed that. It was one thing that I was very happy with. So very good job on the game. Love the story. And in the end, I definitely give it 5 smiling girls out of 5, just because I think it was one that I genuinely enjoyed and was really happy to have the opportunity to play this. I genuinely enjoyed this because it was a good dating sim slash visual novel. So I would recommend it if you're into the Sakura series, if you're into looking for a good dating sim. It's going to be fun. If you're into that sexual humor, ichi humor, it's there, and you're going to find yourself laughing. You're going to be like, okay, that's good. And so, hope you guys check this game out. It is a fun one to enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. This is T. Sakura saying ciao and sayonara.